Hey everybody, I'm Ben with Before Treasures, and we're going to look at what sold on eBay so that you know what to spot when you're out looking for treasures, or just learn about our business, or just consider what if you want to be in this business, to go and find vintage home decor items from Europe, from around the United States, that we can find for a good price that we flip for 10 times profit. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So let's look and see what sold on eBay. To get started, we have a Swarovski grizzly bear. This was a beautiful piece. I loved it when I saw it. It's pretty large, and it's one of the largest Swarovskis I've actually seen. And we got this at one of our favorite stores. This is a consignment item from a consignor in a town that we go to. And she said that's the biggest Swarovski she's ever sold. She sold it to us for $60. And the seller that made some profit, but we quickly looked online, and this person does too, but we saw it was selling for over 200. So we thought, let's take the 60 and get to 200, because we know Swarovski, we know that there's a market for it still, and this piece is large. So we broke our rule of 10 times because we're having experience in this, and we listed it for $275, and it sold for $260. Why did they want $15 off the asking price? So they got free shipping. That is why we always allow offer. They can offer something, and we very often see just that slight decrease of an offer so that they can get that free shipping value. We don't offer free shipping directly because it can get quite out of control quickly, because the rates changed upon where you are and where you're shipping to. And so we like to charge our customer shipping, but we offer as a deal the free shipping through discounts or other opportunities we might have. So there's a little bit about Swarovski and our philosophy there. The next piece actually came from the same store. So check out your local consignment stores, because you never know what they're going to have. They get new stuff every day. This is from our area. We live in Madison, Wisconsin. So the Green Bay Packers of Wisconsin, of course, going to be very popular in the area. But this is a Danbury mint. This here, if I can get to that last image here at the bottom, you're going to see that we know that it says Danbury Mint right there. So this is an icon that we just love to sell these products. If you've been watching our other videos, we know we've been selling deers or other nature pieces. Well, this is actually a truck with all the little components. And this is something that they sell very often. Very cute, right? Imagine having this if you're a fan. And we were able to sell this at an offer of $180. And we are so excited to be able to let this go, because it has been with us for several months. I was a little surprised by that. That's probably because we pushed the price to the edge, but there is none other listed at the time that we had it. And so this is where we can hold out for that buyer that really is willing to pay that price. And we know that our investment was secure, because there was always going to be value and fans of this truck with Green Bay. So we're excited to find that. And of course, Danbury Mint, look out for that. That's a good one. Waterford. This is a brand that is from Ireland, very classic, consistently a seller. You're not going to find Waterford unless it's chipped and not find value in it at some level. The thing to watch out for is how much do you pay to buy into owning that product so then you can resell it. So that is where it gets tricky. Some Waterford will sell for $25, $35, so don't pay $10 for that. But this is a larger piece where you can put a candle in the middle and just have a beautiful reflection of the candlelight and everything. And so because of the really, I guess in our opinion, the rarity of this design, you don't see that very often, and putting a candle in the middle. We had it priced, I think, $115, accepted an offer around $95. Again, covering their shipping. We'll let that go. Very happy to let that go and get that into the new owner's hands. You can see we have a picture, and we've improved some of these pictures. This has got a little mark on it. That wasn't a good idea to use. So always be checking your pictures, but it's still sold. It's 7 inches across. So now we have a new ruler that we use to capture the pictures that look a lot better. But we'll do that someday. We'll show you how we take pictures, with the process of that, and also the process of our shipping. But please stick with us. If you like what I'm talking about, please consider subscribing, and we'll really appreciate it as we're growing our channel here. Thank you so much for those that have already started. We really appreciate all your feedback. The next product is a really neat story. I'm just going to drop it here. And if you watch this far and you want to leave in the comments, I'd really appreciate it. We're trying consignment. This is a friend that can assign this product with us to do 50-50 split, and the 50 of the sold price. So this sold for $65. That means they got $32.50 and we got $32.50, but we're going to be taking out all the fees and the advertising fees and all that on our end. So we're going to get, around maybe 25% of the final price. That's actual income, but we didn't have to find this item in the store. It was just brought to us, took some pictures and up. So it was they're really happy with their money back and we're really happy with our split. So this is what we're trying. And these are these brands of shoes that we're hiking. I believe this person didn't fit anymore, but they were like new condition. So very fun pictures. You see how I do the tops, bottoms, the inside, all the details, various poses, so that the buyers that look for this sold one day after I listed it. So obviously the price was really good. Hopefully my details were good with the word barefoot. That's a very popular thing right now. So we're really happy to see that come and go out of our store in our very first consignment item. More to come on that. And the next term is the Rockford, Ethan Allen pottery. What a interesting collaboration. Ethan Allen's a very famous furniture store, but they also like to have pieces that they would display in their store, to make it look more like a home. And they collaborated with a local artist here in Wisconsin called Rockdale. Similar Row Pottery was across the street, but they're separate companies. And the detail information's right there on the piece. You can see here's one of our new ruler pictures of the 13 inches it is. And so it's really large. And at the very bottom, Ethan Allen there with the icon, you can see that there is a hole that you can put a lamp wire through. So we had a customer ask about the process of finding the right size piece that would fit in there to make the lamp work. And we you can't link directly in the messages to an outside source. eBay doesn't let you do that, so which makes sense. But we provided the search term for them to look for that thing, and within a day they did buy it. They sent an offer or maybe we sent an offer out actually of $280, and they did purchase it for that price, and we mailed it. And so we're very excited for them to be receiving this soon, because I think this just got mailed out yesterday. But this is why this is the sold video. So there's a little bit about Rockdale, and then the next item. Now, I should say there's a little bit of Rockdale. Well, be careful with this brand. This is a really large piece that we paid $10 for. So amazing growth of $10 to $280. But there is a lot of row pottery that's smaller, and the thrift stores or estate sales will still charge $10. But those only resell for $15 to $20, $25. So that is going to be difficult to get your money back after the fees. So we generally avoid those. So don't always trust. But the research we did on that piece, that we found the different icons, is what gave us the confidence to purchase this and put it at the price we did. So we're gonna go to the next item, which was sold yesterday. It is a duck decoy. These are something that we don't always buy, but we have often. You wanna get the wooden hand-carved ones, not the plastic ones, and then this one has all the information there right at the bottom. So we knew everything about this piece because it was so well marked, and who carved this, what year it was. You can see it's over, almost 40 years old. And so then when you are a buyer, you're going to be able to connect with that. Maybe you collected that person's work. Maybe there's something about that piece that stood out to you. But we did accept an offer, I think $100 actually, and it sold and we let it go, which is super exciting for us because we paid $6.99. So great increase. That's why I love this business, is the returns on investments are so high, but you want to make sure your return on your investment is high and not just doubled. You want to 10 times it. So that's our philosophy there. These are really fun pieces, and I'm going to show you some smaller pieces now. Those were the really bangers, but this is all sold this week, by the way. This is all really recent sales. We sold the Starbucks mug yesterday, and I have a confession about it. We have it sold for $20. Woohoo! Probably not the best, but I think we only paid $1.99 at the most from the thrift store, if not just 69 cents at the store we got it from. So that is still a good investment, but it did take a long time to sell because there's a mistake on the listing. Can you catch it? Notice what it is, Lake Tahoe. Look at our listing. Toho. We put an O instead of an A. This whole time that listing was wrong. We just put it in there. We made it wrong, but it didn't sell for like a year. Well, now we know why. It was spelled wrong. But some buyer went and found it our mistake and was able to buy it anyway, which we're grateful for. But it really taught us to like make sure we're slowing down after a year of experience and going through our listings and making sure things are correct. So that is a confession and openness on our part. That's what we like to do here on this channel, of tell you our experiences so we can all learn together. But there's Lake Tahoe, not Toho, and it sold anyway, but we're going to be always checking our listings a little bit better now. One of my personal favorites, this Risk game, this edition came out in like the 2000s. It was so cool. You could go to the moon. It was a new map of the future, and it did sell for $35. It was a fun find, I think, for $4.99 to $35. That's a good deal. You know, you're 10 timings your money almost. And I like games, and so it's fun to see the components and everything. But how do I know this is complete? How do I know this is the right one to buy? Well, you could tell by the organization, and you can count the pieces if you'd like to. But in the store before you buy it, but I could see, and I know the game well enough, that it was complete and there's no tears on the pieces and the good quality, no maybe pet hair. Be careful of those kind of things. So I'm really happy to have listed this, and within a couple of weeks it sold. So it was really quick sell-through rate. And I feel like this game is maybe now more rare than it was, because I think like a year ago I listed this. I saw one and I looked up comps, which is like seeing how much it's worth. And I was seeing like $15, so I didn't buy it. So maybe things have changed in the market after a year to make this one sell so quickly at $35 as well. And so my final piece is a confession as well. This is not confession. This is a situation. This is Willow Tree. Yay, $45, 3 pieces. It's been listed for a year. There's nothing really that special about these pieces. They are kind of common. There's no box. So together it's a lot at $45. We had them. Now we got an offer. I think it was $20. And we accepted because it had been so long. But sometimes this happens. No, maybe I'm wrong. Let me look up here. 33. What happened is it sold, meaning eBay says it sold because we accepted the offer, but it has now been over a week and the buyer hasn't paid. So now we have a chance to cancel the order and relist it. The buyer, if you don't pay within 4 days, you will get a ding on your buyer account, but that's not that serious as a buyer. So this rarely happens where somebody doesn't pay, but we're at that point where probably we're going to cancel the order and relist it probably at 35, not 45, anyway, and look for that new buyer that is willing to pay. And so that is a situation that sometimes happens, and you just have to, we reached out to the buyer, through the messages saying, hey, remind you, eBay gives you the chance, but they just haven't responded. And so at this point, we're probably going to cancel. In our entire business, we want our customers to have the amazing experience of purchasing with us, succeeding in their goals of finding something that would belong in their home now that they're investing their own money into. So we understand this is an emotional business. This is something that the people are buying not because they need it. The market we're in is not needed items. They're not essential. They are emotional. They're desirable, either to look at, connected to a memory. And so this customer experience we can provide is extremely important to us because we know that they're special, they're rare, that these people have enough cash flow in their life to be able to invest in something that's a treasure for them. And so that is something that we want to walk with customers through. And I'm sharing that with you so that we can talk about how I want you to think about how you can include in your business the ability to provide an incredible experience that makes that customer want to come back, or honors that memory of what they're purchasing, or the desire of that piece to be put in a special place. That all through the experience of clear listings, it is what it says, making any notes on the piece that are any flaws, providing quick communication, shipping really quickly, and providing really nice packaging that allows them to get it safely. And then when they unpack it, they maybe see a business card from you or something that recognizes this is from Before Treasures or from you, and they really want to create that association of, wow, this seller Before Treasures really cared about my experience. And so we're always thinking about that. And that is my end of selling rant that I always like to do at the end of discussing something that's on my heart about the business or our personal lives and things we're going through. So I appreciate you always consider subscribing and following along with us, because we're just getting started. Our heart is to continue letting you know what we're learning about I hope you saw some of those things today, and we'd love to hear from you. So if you have a situation that you're going through, please let us know in the comments, and we'll talk about that. We'll engage through it. That is going to be the community we want to create here. Thank you so much for watching this video, and always remember, people before treasures. Have a great day, everybody.